right, a very good morning. It is 15 minutes past 11. Welcome to the most exciting, the most entertaining, and the most informative show on radio. It is the Midday Show with me, Ifunaya, right here on Lagos Talks 91.3. On Tuesdays, as you all know, we have an exclusive with the participants of the BB Niger All-Stars. And you might have heard her voice in some of our sister stations, but she's right here on Lagos Talks. I'm talking about the gorgeous Uriel, looking absolutely fabulous.
Thank you so much.
How's it going?
It's good, it's good. I'm here and there, everywhere. I'm all right. Yeah.
Are you all talked out yet? Because I know you've moved from Beat FM to Niger. I'm not sure if you've done Classic yet.
No, not yet.
Not yet. So are you all talked out yet?
Definitely not. No, definitely not. I think talking is what I do best. So no.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get into it. I really want to know, for everyone that comes out of the house or was a part of the All-Stars, why did you think it important to get into the All-Stars? Because if you take a look at BB Niger in general, it's sort of become a formula for some people who want to either launch out into the entertainment world, they want to, get their brand out there, and it's a very viable platform if we're being very honest. Do you get what I mean? And we know that you were part of BB Niger in the past, and you have, established such an outstanding brand for yourself.
Thank you.
So I wonder, why did you decide to get into the house one more time?
For me, I would say, there's never enough publicity. I think when you never reach a stage where you just say it's enough. You're always working on something, working on a new business. And I would say for myself, I just wanted more visibility, because you have to remember, I got into the house 6 years ago, 2017. So there are a lot of people, the Gen Zs, that probably don't know me, do you understand? And now they do. So, it's just to have a wider reach. And I did just that.
So it's more strategic, if I would say.
Of course. Yes. Yeah, of course.
I love that.
Yeah.
And I love that you're being honest with it. And just speaking about strategic, that kiss with Neo, was that a strategy?
Which one?
Ooh. The first one that shocked everyone.
Oh, the first one. Okay. The first one was amazing, but the last one was even more amazing.
Ooh, fantastic. So I want to know, that kiss that you shocked us all with, was that a strategy?
No, it wasn't. Of course it wasn't. Have you seen the guy? Come on. Neo is a hot man. And it was definitely not a strategy. And yeah.
No, come on. This is Lagos Talks.
I'm just going.
You can keep going.
But no, it wasn't a strategy. I'm a very emotional person, and I simply went on my emotions. And it was a thing where I looked forward to the weekend, because I knew that. Oh, yeah, we know the drinks, the vibes, everything. So it was definitely not a strategy. Neo is a wonderful man.
So I'm wondering, is this something that we should be expecting now you're out of the house, when he eventually does come out? Yeah. Maybe he stays to the end, or maybe not. Since it's not a strategy, is this something that you're open to, or you're looking forward to?
The age thing used to bother me. Me being 35 and Neo being 29. But now, who cares? Who does age help at the end of the day? So for me, I don't know his true intentions, and to be honest with you, I don't know my true intentions. I acted on emotion in that situation, in that house. So if he comes out now, I could be like, nah, not for me, and he could be like, nah, not for me, or it could work, or it couldn't. You just don't know. So for me, I'm not waiting for anybody. I'm getting on with my life. I'm hustling, and if we do cross paths, which we definitely will, if the spark is there, it's there, and we're definitely going to light it up. Oh, because he's such a great kisser.
Okay. So. Now, speaking about true intentions, I wonder, looking at your diary room sessions, I think is one of our favorite places to be, because like you mentioned, you are just very open, quite vocal as well.
Yeah.
But we wonder, it seemed like you always mentioned Princess's name in the diary room, about her accent, especially as well. I want to know what your relationship with her was like. Was there a reason why people believe that you maybe use that as a strategy inside of the diary room?
So I want to get this narrative out, okay? So the narrative, I don't want this situation to turn into a narrative that I did what I did to get Princess out of the way, because I don't want that narrative to lead to anywhere.
Absolutely.
She was in charge of how she carried herself in that house, and evidently if that was enough or it wasn't good enough, that's on her. But I would say this, the accent thing was just me being expressive. And you know, like I believe in, if you want to reinvent yourself, if you want to come out and say, oh, I'm this, I'm that, there's nothing wrong with that. And if that's how she wants to talk, that's how she wants to talk. I've left all of that in the house, and I just say I do wish Princess nothing but peace, love and harmony, and I just wish her the best in life.
I like that you're wishing her the best, but let's take a look at something that we saw that she put up on her story.
When I got evicted.
Yes, did you see that, where she said, and I quote, "I was ready to open the doors of my mansion to new evictees. I have prepared hugs and warm baths, but not today. Backbiters can go to hell," after spending 40 minutes of your diary session talking about Her Majesty.
Okay, that's fine.
What do you have to say about that?
What do I have to say? I would have to say we all have mansions, and I definitely have one. So I wouldn't be requiring a room or hot bath from a mansion when I have my own. So I'm not a peasant.
Ooh.
And I definitely hold my own ground. So you can keep your warm bath, okay? In fact, you can have a cold bath.
Ooh, okay. Thankfully, you heard it first here on Lagos Talks 91.3.
Yes, honey.
Now, let's move on. Taking us back into the house, we know that you love to cook. This is something that you do. And in the house, there was you as a great cook. And then White Money, you know, when he was during his season, we knew him for the kitchen.
Yes.
You know, he's very good at that. But it seemed like you guys always had a back and forth. Who's going to be in the kitchen? Who's not going to be in the kitchen? I wonder what was behind that. Did you think that being in the kitchen was going to maybe put you give you an edge, sort of? Or was this just you being expressive and yourself?
You see, being in the kitchen for me was never a strategy, because cooking is what I love. It's my soul. It's something. I grew up with 4 boys. I grew up cooking for 4 grown men, plus my mother. Especially when she fell sick, I became the mother of the house.
Wow.
So for me, cooking is my passion. And I feel like White Money really underestimated me when it came to me cooking. And when he realized that, you know, like I would say, oh, I'm a healthy chef. But when I would cook things like jollof rice, or I would make things that he would normally make, and they would prefer my meals, he didn't like it. So he just did not want me in that space, because he knew that he felt and he saw that I controlled that space more than he could ever control it. And to me, I was fine with that. I went upstairs, I cooked for Kiddwaya. He used me as his butler. He's okay, I love cooking for Kiddwaya. But it wasn't a strategy, and I don't know if it's a strategy for him. I wish him luck. And you know, I'm out. I have actually 3 kitchens, so it's actually not a big deal.
Yeah, it's not a big deal for you. Now, speaking about you being out, what are your thoughts about the jury's verdict and this style of evictions? You know, this, you know, Baby Naija always has something different each season, and this is something fresh and different.
Okay.
Even seeing that she could have left the house if it was based on votes, but based on the jury's verdict, you were, you know, to leave the house. So what are your thoughts about that?
My thoughts, I would say this, and I'm a very vocal person. I feel robbed.
Okay.
I feel that it wasn't my time. I feel like I was did dirty, and I love everything Big Brother stands for, but I feel like that particular section of having the jury for me is what caused me to feel that it was not right. It was not fair. I gave content. I gave content. I gave life to the show. And I feel like it was very unfair. And I'll be honest with you, and I'm going to say this, and I have no shame. I really regret voting for Lakon. And I feel like it was very bad on his path, because I heavily campaigned for Lakon. And I felt very, very bad when I found out certain things. But it is what it is. You have to make lemonades from lemon.
Absolutely.
But I totally feel robbed, and I feel like I shouldn't be out here. I should be in there, you know? Yeah.
But like they say, everything happens for a reason. And like I mentioned, you already had a fantastic brand and you've come out and seen how people have rooted and are still rooting for you.
Definitely.
So that definitely is some lemonade. And before we move on to another fun segment on this interview, Venita, you had mentioned during your diary session that you didn't like the way she spoke to the housemates as though, you know, she was a bully, so to speak. What's your relationship with her like?
I feel like, you know, we all come from different parts of the world and we're all used to speaking to people in different ways, but I am the type of person, I respect you regardless of who you are, whether you're my mechanic, my plumber, whatever. And I just felt that week 2, Venita came across as a bully because it was just too much. I'm not used to being spoken to, or I'm not used to seeing people speak that way to others. You know, and obviously I've come from a place where I was bullied as a young girl, and it just did not rub right with me. But I'll tell you this, as the weeks went on, I understood that Venita raising her voice wasn't to, you know, basically intimidate people, to make people feel bad. It was just her medium of communication. This is how Venita communicated with other people.
Absolutely.
So it was a case of misunderstanding, and it was a case of she is who she is, and if that's how she chooses to communicate, then that is it. But for me, that is not how I communicate with other people. So yeah.
All right, Uriel, thank you so much. Before letting you go, I am quite notorious for playing a game with every BB Niger housemate that comes on my show. Don't worry, it's a safe space. Okay. So the game is called Who is Most Likely To. So what I'm going to do is I would read out a couple of sentences and then I need you to, at impulse, let me know who in the BB Niger All Stars house right now, or has left or whatever, is most likely to do this thing. And I need you to do it quickly. Okay. First person that comes to your mind. Let's start with this one. Who is most likely to be late for their own wedding?
Oh, Baye, baby.
Who is most likely to pretend that they found hair in their food so that they don't have to pay the meal?
I would say kind of me.
Okay. Who is most likely to jump off a moving train?
Oh my God, Neo.
Okay. Who is most likely to get detained for harassing a policeman?
CC. She don't stand for ish. Yeah, CC.
Who is most likely to win BB Niger All Stars?
Uriel. Oh, sorry, I'm out of that.
I love it.
I would say, oh God, I don't know. Neo?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you saying this because of what you guys had in the house, or you think? Okay, that's just the reason.
That's just the reason.
It's good that you're being honest. All right, Uriel, what should we expect moving forward now that you're out?
Lots of amazing things. I'm about to open up my restaurant, my healthy restaurant. I'm about to start so many different things. Videos for my workouts. What else am I doing, Chi? What am I doing? I'm doing a podcast.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be using my voice.
That's very fitting.
I'm going to be using my voice for good, and just lots more. Working with brands, you know, I really have deals on my table right now. So yeah, lots of amazing things. And shout out to my Yuri stars. I love you guys. You are amazing.
And here's a message from one of them, Namdi, saying, I think Uriel was the most entertaining member of the BB Niger house this season. Her diary sessions were bomb. Sad to see her leave this early.
Yes, and I'm sad to go.
But I'm sure they could keep up with what you are up to via your social media platforms.
Yeah, so you can follow me on Instagram, Uriel Music Star. You can follow me on TikTok, official Uriel Music Star. You can follow me on Twitter, Uriel Music Star. And if you love to see some amazing cooking, you can follow my food page, which is at You Loves Food. Bagam.
I love it. All right, guys, it's You, the Midday Show with me. Ifna, stick around.